And at the end of the day, your efforts will be rewarded in media more than they'll be rewarded on the course unless you are a top 5 player. Good morning. This is a video that I've wanted to make for a long time, and I haven't actually found a reason to make it. And the Jerm signing with MVP kind of sparked my interest in making this, and I think it could help a lot of young players who are either aspiring to be on tour or on tour now. So this is a kind of a tough conversation, but the truth is that media in our sport, whether it's Gomez or DGN or whatever created or player created, is the most valuable thing we can have. So if you're a player like Gannon, Calvin, Ricky, Macbeth, whoever those top players are every week, the guys that finish top 5, top 10 every single week, and they're always on Gomez first or second card, or DGN or whatever, those guys don't need to do player-created media as much. Again, Jerm, right? He doesn't post on Instagram that often. He doesn't, have his own YouTube channel that's super active, but he's on every round of Gomez that's posted getting 200,000 views. So every person that watches 18 holes of professional disc golf is seeing his face, hearing his voice over and over and over again, which makes his brand very, very strong. So if you're someone like Jerm, your value, into your master's age, and Jerm's admitted his competitive playing days, are kind of past him. Your value is still pretty high if you're in media. The reason this is pertinent information is because people always message me or ask me, "Oh, I want to be pro. What can I do to get, attention of brands or of sponsors or whatever?" The simplest answer is to do media. Whether that's all day long on Instagram, getting, tens of thousands of views, whether that's being on YouTube like Bonanza did. I mean, he's a perfect example of somebody, and I'm friends with him. This is no diss, but he's not the best disc golfer. But he's created this media platform that is incredible. He gets tens of thousands of views every video. He's selling discs. People are following along on his journey. He's documenting and being honest and open about his journey. And people are interested in that. You don't have to be the best disc golfer in the world to create kind of a following. And Bonanza has literally proven that. He started posting every day when he had been barely just playing, documented it all the way till today. And if you're somebody that doesn't know about Bonanza and you find his page tomorrow, you can go all the way back and watch every video, the progression, what discs worked, what discs didn't. And obviously that sells discs, whether it's for Infinite, whether it's for Prodigy or whoever he's doing these disc reviews for. There's value there. And the point of this video is that if you want to be a professional disc golfer in the market and the landscape right now, you have to create your own media. And if you're Calvin or Gannon or, Ricky or whoever, then you don't have to create your own media because your media is created for you every day. People know you, people are seeing you every week, yada, yada, yada. But if you're a professional disc golfer and you're aspiring and you're 18 years old and you want to take it to the next level, you need to create your own media. Whether it's a YouTube channel like this. Look at Simon Lizotte, right? He has 7 tour wins, I think, now. Still the biggest YouTuber in disc golf in terms of, person to person. Obviously, Gomez and whoever else. I talked to Simon about it. He said Gomez is pretty much uncatchable. So, but what makes Simon so valuable isn't just the fact that he can go out there and win a tournament. It's that if he doesn't win and he gets 58th for the week, he could still go on his YouTube channel, promote the pixel, promote the time lapse, promote the tempo, promote whatever he wants, and still be able to, produce revenue for his brand that he's working with. And that is where the value comes in. Is someone like Jerm, whether he's going to be playing a lot or not, whether he's going to win Masters tournaments or not, whether he's going to cash an MPO or not, he's going to keep eyes on MVP. And wearing an MVP hat, doing Gomez, yada, 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 that all adds up to being a really good advertisement for disc golf. So the moral of the story is, if you want to be within the space of disc golf, if you want to be important in disc golf, if you want to get rewarded for your play, say you're a guy that gets 15th place, if you want to get rewarded for that, you need to have a pretty good media as well, right? If your average finish is 20th, you need to have your own media. And like I said, it could be TikTok, it could be Instagram, it could be YouTube, it could be anything, but you need to have something where the sponsors can go, okay, we're going to invest in this kid on the course because he could win. He could, get top 5. He could, have a season where he never finishes out of the top 20. But regardless of how the week goes, he's going to have YouTube videos out and rolling and gaining views and gaining traction and gaining fans and gaining recognition both on and off the course. And I think that that's what you see a lot of the best players doing. Ricky does a YouTube channel. Eagle, Simon, me. There's a lot of people, and then there's a lot of people. Connor O'Reilly has a YouTube channel. There's a bunch of other smaller people that have YouTube channels. And also, there's a million ways to have a YouTube channel, right? Paul Ulibarri films with his phone and edits on his phone. Brody and Ezra they film on a $5,000 camera and have editors. So there's ways you can do this for a budget and for, wanting to go full out. So I just thought that seeing Jerm sign as a Masters-aged player who, again, has admitted that his best years are kind of behind him, his media presence is what allows him to continue to push forward in disc golf and continue to be, pertinent in the sport and important. And people respect his opinion. People want to throw the discs he's throwing. People want to hear his opinions. He's obviously on the Jomez practice rounds, which gets a crap ton of views. So if he's throwing his signature octane on those holes, the chances that sells is much better than a player, who might be getting 28th or 30th place. So the media in our sport right now is so important. And I think that the way that we're seeing the sport go, that is being proven. There's people doing collabs. There's people doing, screen recording a video and just posting it as their own with commentary over it or whatever it might be. There's so many ways to make disc golf content. And disc golf content is so valuable to the brands, to the manufacturers, to the, resellers, whoever it is. It's like you either need to be winning or in the top 5, or you need to be creating your own media. And if you're not doing either, then sadly in this market, you're going to get left behind. In 2021, 2022, when the COVID money was high, the vibe was high, you could get away with just being good. You could get away with this saying, hey, look, I got top 10 a bunch, pay me. And it worked because Ricky and, Macbeth and others were signing $1 million contracts. So they said, oh, well, if Paul's worth $100,000 a month or, whatever, this person's got to be worth $8. And it didn't rely on media and actually providing a service to the brand. It was just, hey, yeah, they're pretty good. Maybe they'll win and maybe, we'll be able to monetize that at some point. But I think that this signing of Jerm really proved, and again, I'm not discrediting him. I obviously think the longevity of his career, the wins, he has Elite Series wins, he has major win. That stuff doesn't go unnoticed. I'm not trying to knock that. But in basketball, right, Michael Jordan doesn't get to come back to the NBA and say, oh, I want a contract. And they're going to say, yeah, sure thing. Sports is about performance. But disc golf right now is about performance both on and off the course. And I think that we're proving that with seeing Ken Climo getting his own line of discs. He hasn't played professionally, at the highest level in, maybe 10 years, 8 years. Jerm has admitted his days are behind him, still getting rewarded because the media, Ken Climo is going to bring media eyes to Climo Disc Golf, to Discraft, to all this stuff. And, that's what the brands are looking for, is those eyes on their brand, not eyes on other brands. So if you're aspiring to play disc golf, if you're aspiring to be in the forefront of our community, start creating content now. Start growing that Instagram. Start growing your YouTube channel. It might seem stupid and it might be hard, but just continue to post, continue to show effort. And at the end of the day, your efforts will be rewarded in media more than they'll be rewarded on the course unless you are a top 5 player. I'm Drew Gibson. Make sure to buy your discs at Infinite Discs and your Squatch bags at SquatchDiscGolf.com, and I will see you in the next one.